another story. As a kid, we used to go to school, and we used to get the bus to school, but it was about 3 mile the bus to school. But my mate Dorsey, at Christmas, I got a racing bike, a red racer. My brother got a little balloon Bobby, and we went out Christmas Day, and Bobby was riding down the Steatley bank with me. There was only one lamp, wasn't he? Hit it. You should have seen the height of that Steatley bank. It was unbelievable. And we used to go in the summer, the embankments, Vulturers, we used to go on there. We used to get cardboard boxes and sit on them and slide down the boxes on the chutes, like a slide. Brilliant fun. And one day I was up there with Teddy Rich and a few other lads, so we were playing, and I was swinging on a swing, not Tarzan swing, and I jumped, and there was an old air raid shelter there, but it wasn't the whole shelter, it was just little bits of brick. Anyway, I fell and broke my arm, snapped my arm in half, and I had to jump. I got off there and I had to go down the bank, go to the hospital. I got a pot on my arm. Yeah, and the little story there. And yeah, going back to going back to my mate with the bike. So we moved then to West Viewsea, where Vulture lives, because we lived in the central, which is near Old Hartlepool. And there used to be a hairdresser called Joe Buckle, and he was the worst hairdresser in the world. Bob Rawl will remember Joe Buckle. So with all the other lads from Hartlepool, Richie Horsley and Mick Sorby, my pals, and all them lot I'll remember, and Vulture will definitely remember. And used to go in, Joe Buckles, and he used to cut your hair, and it was like a fucking mess. And so I was skinny, my brother who passed away. He went in, he used to hate his hair because it always used to stick up like a Catholic, so he used to have a skinhead. And he had Joe Buckle, little chunks all over his head, bits of ball patches and everything. And what he used to do to stop you crying, he used to say, "Here, son, here's a lolly." So he used to give, "Oh, thanks," and you'd eat the lolly when you're only about 6 or 7 or something. So you eat the lolly, but your fucking hair was a mess. And then Bob Ross said, "Well, he's passed away now, or he's given it to his son." I went, "Oh, at least somebody else has got it better." He said, "No, he's the fucking worst hairdresser than his dad." The other one, and he's got more complaints than enough. So yeah, it was the central, they had the hairdressers. So yeah, we used to go, anyway, getting back to Dorsey, we've got a bike Christmas. And we used to go to school on the bikes. You're allowed to go to school on the bikes, to lock them up. And on the way back, we used to race the bus, because the bus would pick the kids up at school. We'd be on the bus, we'd say, "We'll race the bus." That's how fit we were fit as locks. Both 13-year-olds, so we'd race in the bus, and the bus would be beating us. And then it'd have to stop to let the kids off at this part of Hartlepool. Then we'd catch it up. And then it'd stop again, it'd go off again and get away from us. We'd be pedaling like mad. And then again, we used to go to the Bruce Arms, where all the punks used to be in 1976 when it started, all the punks with the hairdos all pink and red and green and yellow and all that stuff. So we used to race the bus, and we used to always beat the bus home. We were knackered when we done it, but we beat the bus home. And that was a challenge, to beat the bus. There were mad things we used to do. And then we used to go conker raiding, or apple raiding. And we used to go apple raiding. We used to give our mum the apples, and we used to go. We went in this one. It was a church, and the vicar come out and fucking whacked me with a fucking big stick, pinching the apples down. Oh, God forgive you. The vicar was hitting me with a stick because I was pinching it. Well, we were getting us the windfalls off the floor, because usually you go to knock on the door and say, "Yeah, if you can get the windfalls," which means the apples that have fallen on the floor. But then, because we were pinching over the vicar, he come out, he caught us, could sneak around behind us, all these black beater, and whacked me with a stick. Dorsey ran off. We ran off foot on foot. Then we ran off, laughing our heads off. And we used to get the apples and come home to old mum, big massive fucking apples. Give it to old mum, she'd cut them, get the sugar in them, make apple pies for us all. All the kids in the street would have apple pie for they come and get a bit of apple pie and that. Everyone used to share things them days, you see. It was all like, family orientated. Say you had no money and you were skint and you had no sugar, you go and ask Mrs. Jenkins for a cup of sugar, or go and ask Mrs. such and such for a bit of flour, and things like that. And you just help each other, and they'd be on the doorstep, say, yeah, hello, and everyone was dead friendly in the neighbourhood. Where now it's like, who are you looking at, and all that shit. And there was no knives, there was no fighting on the streets. If you had a fight, you had a bit of a fisty fight, cuffs, and that was it, and you shook hands straight away. But now it's got insane with all the trouble. There's no family orientated things. Another thing is what's been left and not out now is because people in the old days, say when it was like Friday night, we'd watch Frankenstein versus the Best of the Werewolf, Saturday night, sorry it was, and we'd watch that because Match of the Day was on first, and we watched that, but the whole family would be there. There was 7 of us all watching it, and be watching the Frankenstein versus the Werewolf, so the whole family would be all talking to each other. And on a Sunday, we'd have the Sunday movie on, and we'd all be there at the table eating, and we'd have the table in the living room. We'd sit at the table eating our food, and we'd all be talking to each other. My sister, four of us brothers, and and my mum and dad would always sat there, and Lassie the dog, she'd be there as well. So the whole family were there talking. None of this like, come get your tea, you know, and the kids upstairs on the phones all day and all that shit. Another thing you do, my mate lived a mile and a half to his house, a mile and a half back, so it'd be like, what's that, 3 miles is it? There and back twice. Yeah, for 6 miles, isn't it? So I do 6 mile walking, because I go there, 1.5 back, 3, 4.5, 5, 6, yeah, 6 miles I do. Just going to his house to call for him. We go down the town, we walk right down the town, about 6, 7, probably walk about 10, 15 miles every day, maybe 20 miles a day, just running about. Kids, when you go to the shop, they don't go. I used to go to the shop, because when you used to go to the shop, I'll tell you that in the next one, because I'm good in that one.